Hey everybody and welcome. You're ready to dive in. Today we're all about salamanders. Got some cool excerpts from Wikipedia about them, and I gotta say, I'm already hooked.
Excited to break it down with you. They don't always get the spotlight, but these creatures are truly something else.
Right, yeah, we know they're amphibians like frogs, but with tails, but there's gotta be more to it, right? What makes them so special?
Well, first off, their diversity just blows me away. They mostly hang out in the northern hemisphere, the Appalachian Mountains. That's prime salamander territory. But the range, oh man.
You mean like size-wise?
Exactly. You got the tiny guys, the minute salamander, and that name, it ain't no joke.
No kidding. How small are we talking?
Think about an inch long, tops.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, there's the Chinese giant salamander.
Hold up, giant. Okay, now I gotta know.
These guys could hit a whopping 6 feet. It really shows you just how adaptable they are as a group, surviving in all sorts of environments.
6 feet? Wow, that's bigger than my dog.
Yeah.
And speaking of environments, they're not just chilling in ponds, right?
You got it. We're talking water, land, even climbing trees, the whole shebang.
So how does that even work with, their feet?
Now, that's where it gets really cool. Their feet basically tell you their whole life story. Webbed feet, that's your swimmer. But then you got these other ones with feet that are like natural suction cups. They can cling to rocks, trees, you name it.
Okay, that's just awesome. It never ceases to amaze me, how nature just figures stuff like that out. So their feet are all about lifestyle. What about that skin, though?
Oh, the skin is a whole other chapter. It can be crazy, colorful, often as a warning to any predators thinking about a snack.
Like, hey, back off, buddy, I'm poisonous.
Bingo. And some of them, they ain't messing around. The rust-skinned newt, for example, it packs one of the most potent toxins we know of.
Seriously, what makes that toxin so powerful? What's the evolutionary advantage there?
Imagine you're a small, kind of slow creature, right? Having a defense mechanism that can instantly stop a predator dead in its tracks. Well, that's a pretty good survival strategy, wouldn't you say?
Makes sense. But how do they not poison themselves, though? That's gotta be tricky, right?
$1 million question. Researchers are still trying to figure that out. There are definitely some unique adaptations that protect them from their own toxins, but the how, that's some seriously complex stuff.
Okay, so no home experiments with that, folks. All right, moving on from defense to offense, how do they hunt? I'm guessing it's not just sitting around waiting for a fly to land on them.
You'd be surprised. Well, maybe not. They've got this incredible tongue. It's like a high-speed trap coated in, get this, mucus.
Yeah. I saw a video. It's crazy fast. What's the science behind that, though?
Okay, so picture this. The hyoid bone. It's in their throat, and it stores energy, like a spring almost. When they spot their prey, boom, that tongue shoots out lightning fast and grabs that unsuspecting bug.
So it's like a weaponized tongue, basically.
It's practically got its own zip code, that tongue. And for the lungless salamanders, it's especially key.
Lungless. Hold on, rewind. How does that even work? Are we saying they don't have lungs, at all?
You got it. Talk about adaptation. They've evolved to breathe entirely through their skin.
No way! So they're absorbing oxygen right through their skin.
Exactly. Their skin has to stay moist so it can take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. It's pretty wild.
Nature is so wild. Okay, so we've got these amazing creatures, different sizes, crazy feet, toxic skin, projectile tongue action. What else is there? There's got to be more, right?
Oh, there's more. All right.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to their claim to fame.
Right.
Regeneration.
Oh, right. It's almost easy to forget with everything else going on. But yeah, salamanders are famous for that. They can regrow limbs, tails. I even read they can regrow parts of their eyes.
You're not wrong. It's truly remarkable. Scientists have been studying it for ages, trying to understand how they do it. And it's not just basic stuff either. We're talking complex structures. Parts of their heart, their jaw, even their spinal cord.
Whoa, that's insane. What's the magic trick? How do they do that?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Researchers are working hard to unravel those secrets. It's got to be something about their genes, stem cells, special signaling molecules, all working together in some incredible way.
That's mind-blowing. Imagine what we could do if we could figure out how to do that for humans.
Now you're talking. The implications for medicine are huge. Spinal cord injuries, limb loss. Salamanders could hold the key to treating all sorts of things.
It's pretty inspiring to think about. And speaking of incredible abilities, I read about something called neoteny. What is that all about?
Neoteny. That's a fascinating one. It's when a salamander basically keeps its juvenile or young characteristics even when it's an adult.
So, they stay in their teenager phase even when they can, reproduce. What's the point of that?
It's all about adaptation. In certain environments, like maybe where resources are limited, staying in that larval stage actually gives them an advantage. It could be that the adult form just wouldn't do as well.
Interesting. So it's not just about staying young, it's about surviving, thriving, however works best in their particular situation.
Exactly. It's evolution at its finest. But here's the thing.
Don't tell me it's not all sunshine and roses for our salamander friends, is it?
Sadly, no. A lot of salamander populations are struggling right now, and a lot of it comes down to us, humans.
Yeah.
Habitat loss, pollution, disease. We're definitely throwing some curveballs their way.
That's really disheartening to hear. Can you talk more about those threats? Like, what's causing habitat loss?
Well, as humans expand and develop more land, we're encroaching on their homes, forests, wetlands, streams. Those are all prime salamander real estate. We're taking it away.
And what about this disease I keep hearing about? It's some kind of fungus, right?
Yeah, chytridiomycosis, nasty stuff. It's caused by this fungus, and it's been decimating amphibian populations worldwide.
So between losing their homes and battling this disease, it sounds like they're really up against it. It's a lot, you know? Makes you wonder, what are we doing to help these guys?
Well, there's good news and bad news, I guess. A lot of dedicated people out there, scientists, conservationists, they're working hard to turn things around.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Well, for one, we've got captive breeding programs. Basically, we're talking about raising salamanders in a controlled environment, making sure they have what they need.
So it's like a fighting chance, at least while we figure out the bigger picture.
Exactly. And speaking of the bigger picture, we got to protect those natural habitats. Can't just expect them to thrive if they don't have a place to call home, right?
Right. What can we, like everyday people, do to help with that?
Honestly, every little bit helps. Supporting organizations, doing this work, even just spreading the word, it all makes a difference.
It's a good reminder we can all be part of the solution, right? And it sounds like, even with all the research, there's so much we still don't know about these guys. Like that whole regeneration thing, that's got to be the holy grail, right?
Absolutely. Salamanders have got so many secrets, and who knows, maybe unlocking those secrets could help us humans too someday.
It really makes you think, like we've only just scratched the surface here.
That's the thing about science. It's all about the journey, right? And salamanders, with all their quirks and wonders, they're a pretty awesome path to be on.
I'm with you on that. So to wrap things up, we've learned that salamanders are, well, pretty hardcore, adaptable, resilient, even a little bit magical with that whole regeneration thing. What a deep dive this has been.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Hopefully everyone listening feels a little more connected to these often overlooked creatures. They really show us how amazing and resilient nature can be.
Well said. Who knows what other secrets are out there waiting to be uncovered. Until next time, keep those thinking caps on, everybody.